Many creators at one point or another find themselves wanting a shout out from a bigger creator. And while on paper that sounds incredible, when it actually comes to getting a shout out, there are a lot of dark secrets that they hold. And today that's exactly what I would like to talk about. Starting off with the most obvious one being the fact that many of the people who subscribe are only subscribing just because they were told to. They don't necessarily care about you or your channel, and they probably aren't going to watch the stuff that you produce. I mean, just think about it. If you have a beauty channel and get shouted out by a Pokemon Let's Play channel, are any of those beauty viewers really gonna be that interested in Pokemon? The answer is probably no, but there will be some overlap. But even just beyond that, there's extra pressure having more subscribers. The more eyes you have on your channel, the more pressure that it brings, and that can be a really challenging thing, especially if you went from a super low sub count to now being in the hundreds of thousands. For me personally, it's taken me around 10 years to get to this point, and if I were to start right here, I would not have been ready. And that ties into my next point perfectly. Magically having more subscribers doesn't teach you how to be a good creator. You won't have the experience necessary to manage a community, and you'll eventually watch it crumble to pieces. It's really hard to learn in an environment that you were just tossed into. It's much better to just let your channel build up and get to the point that you want to get to. Learning step by step is much easier than learning by being thrown into a fire. And it also looks much better. If your channel goes from 1 subscriber to 1 million subscribers and all you're able to get is 100 views per video, people will judge you. It just makes you look bad and seems like sketchy things went on. And it can actually even scare people away from watching your content, which is not a good thing. And even if people are watching your content, they won't necessarily interact. And those who choose to interact, if you aren't very good at responding to them and engaging a community, it's not going to be a good thing. It took me a long time to get good at engaging with the community, and if I started with a giant community, I would be struggling. And a struggle that many creators face that get a shout out is a spike with a fall. You jump up super high, and then over the next few days, weeks, and months, you watch your channel crumble into pieces. You might initially ride that wave out for a little bit and enjoy some success, but you most likely aren't going to be able to keep entertaining that particular audience. Unless you have the skills and the knowledge to adapt to that new audience, you're probably screwed. And just because you can adapt to an audience doesn't mean that you want to. Not everyone's passion is gaming, for example. Some people just want to do different things on their channel, and that's completely fine. Something that isn't fine though is being known for getting a shout out. It kind of strips away from all the other accomplishments you make, and people won't see you for those accomplishments. If you get known as the guy who got a shout out from Mr. Beast, you might never actually get known for your incredible gaming skills or your awesome baking, which honestly would suck. It's so much better to be known for the accomplishments that you personally are capable of. And another issue with shout outs is just not being ready. If you got a shout out after creating one really good video and all of these people flooded in and actively wanted to watch your content, you would be screwed. You don't have a backlog of content for people to enjoy, and they're eventually going to lose interest. And that's why building up over time is so valuable. You build up skills, you build up a backlog, you build up knowledge, you build up connections, you build up community, and things just feel so much better. And while there are tons of other downsides I could get into, I think I've made my point. But I will end on this point. Having a ton of subs means nothing if you can't actually do anything with what you have. If you have 10 million subscribers but can't create content to entertain those people, what's the point? You won't be making money, you won't be helping people, you won't be providing entertainment, you'll just be someone that people subscribed to, which is just silly. I know people put a lot of value on how many subscribers someone has, but to me personally, the value that they bring in their content is so much more important. If someone's creating good content, I will watch them, regardless of how many subscribers that they have. So if you actually want to grow on YouTube, learn how to be a better creator. Take time to practice and take time to learn. If you have something that you're passionate about sharing online, get to it. Share the things that you care about and create content for a specific audience. And don't get discouraged about failing. YouTube is a journey full of ups and downs, but as long as you are constantly striving to get better and constantly learning, it'll be worth it.